What's up, man? Welcome to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. And joining us this morning is a phenomenal, phenomenal moms who raise superstar athletes. And they have a new show that premieres on TV One called Raising Fame, Raising Fame, hosted by Lucille O'Neal, mom of Shaquille O'Neal, and Sonya Curry, mom of Steph, Seth, and Sadell Curry. Good morning, ladies. How you doing?
Good
Good
morning, Rock. How are you?
morning.
We up in here. Y'all got me hyped this morning, man. Like, come on, let's get it popping.
Let's do it.
So this is I love this, man. Let's get right into it. What would you say some of the hardest moments that each of you faced raising an upcoming child star? Sonya, let's start with you.
I think for me in particular with my family, because Dell played in the NBA for 16 years, and so I knew the challenges that it would take to not, and Lucille says this a lot, to allow the kids' dreams to be their dreams and them not trying to be their dad. And so for me, a lot of the raising of my children was simply to just have them be good human beings, and good work ethic and God first, family second, and those fundamentals. And then secondly, to just stay humble in their place and know that God has a specific purpose for them, and to not allow really them to get caught up in the hoopla of the NBA and fame by watching their dad. So that was the hardest thing, is how to just keep them humble and focused on themselves and not caught up in the fame of their fathers.
I love it, Lucille.
Yes.
You're
The
up next.
hardest thing, the hardest thing for me when my children were younger was food and clothing. Our finances were very, very low. And so we struggled a bit. At times we were homeless, had to live with other family members. And my husband was in the Army. So a lot of people think that the soldiers get paid a lot, but that was not the case. So we had a hard time just trying to keep food and clothing in our home.
So, what point in y'all's life when you really did it really click? When you understand, when you seen like, okay, my son has an opportunity to go all the way and do something really big in this sport of basketball. Like, when did it really hit? And you guys saying, okay, we got something here.
The light bulb came on for me when I saw Shaquille play on national television. McDonald's All-American game.
Come
All
on.
the while he was growing up, he played basketball since he was 6 years old. So all the while he was growing up, we kept continuing to just instill in him the fact that education was a great thing to have. Education would open up doors and opportunities for you. He had a dream back then. I want to be a professional basketball player. So we told him, well, in order to be able to do that, you got to put in the work, and there's a journey to get there, and you got to do these things. So it was a process. But I tell you, when we saw him play, we knew that he had great potential. The scholarship offers came, and it was just so amazing after that. But McDonald's All-American on that national stage, that's when I knew. I said, oh, yeah, we're going to be able to do something with this.
So real quick, let's stay right there for a second. So has Shaq always been the biggest kid on the team, the biggest kid on the block? Or did he kind of just have a growth spurt, late in his teenage career?
He was always bigger and taller than his peers from the time he was in kindergarten. So then I knew, and it was my mother that said, it's something special about that one. I got 3 other children as well. But she always said it's something special about Shaquille. And I stopped telling him. I said, no, you're not different, man. You're just unique, okay? And you're going to be able to do something with that. I said, God's setting you up for a leadership position. Be ready.
Come on, Willie. Come on now. Now, Sonya, before you answer, let's we know, the public knows most of the story of Steph. Let's start with Steph coming up. And he's always been the smallest kid. He was always undersized.
Shaquille, right?
Come on now, the opposite of Shaq. And he was always the kid like, man, come on, little scrawny guy, get on somewhere. So he always had to outwork everybody in the gym. So talk to me. Tell me from your perspective.
You hit the nail on the head. He never looked the part. He always was smart. He knew he had good basketball IQ. He studied the game. Both the boys did. They would go to practice with their dad and sit and really watch. Like most kids run around the gym, all kinds of things. They would sit at games and watch it on TV and rerun it and things like that. And so I was like, okay, they're students of the game. But I did not really know that he could even play on the NBA level until that Sweet 16 run at Davidson that year. And then there was another point during that season where a team double teamed him the entire game. So it was 3 against 4 for the rest of the team, and the entire game he never touched the ball. And I don't think I've ever seen that in NBA history where a team will put 2 players, double team 1 player for the entire game. And I was like, whoa. And then with the Sweet 16 run and him, just his confidence that I saw, he was, wanting to take that shot always, and just the strength and just the passion and the joy for the game. And then his coach told me, Coach McKillop, he's going to play in the NBA. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go with that.
I'll take that one. I love it. So our amazing guru gossip guy, Gary with the T, just joined us on the interview right now. So
hey, Miss Lucille. Hey, Miss Kurt. How y'all doing?
Good. We're not gossiping anything but good stuff today.
Girl, tell us some stuff that's going on. We need to know, honey.
Tell them.
Well, I can't wait for the show to come out, first of all, honey. So did they have to give the specific date when the show is definitely going to air?
Next Sunday, July 7th, 10 o'clock p.m. Yeah.
Oh, honey. Now, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I go to bed at 8, honey. I get up at 4, but I'm sure going to stay up to watch this.
Yes, please
you
do.
Can tape it. We're telling people too. You tape it, get up in the morning while you're drinking your coffee or whatever. After your devotion, drink your coffee and then watch our show if you can.
All right. Miss Lucille, how you been doing, babe? I hadn't seen you in a minute.
I know. I've been great. I have no complaints. It's always so good to see you. I miss seeing you.
Yes, Lord. We're going to get together, honey. All of us, me, you, and Miss Curry, honey, and we might bring Rock Teacher because he's supposed to be the sports genius.
Come on now. I'm coming, Jack. It is what it is, man. So let's get into it, man. Raising Fame, a weekly series that offers viewers an intimate exploration into the lives of some of today's biggest stars told by the people who raised them. Danielle Brooks and her parents, Magic Johnson and his mom, Shaq, of course, and you, Miss Lucille, and the late Chadwick Boseman's parents, Billy Porter and his mom, Chance the Rapper and his parents, John Legend. It goes on and on. So out of all of these interviews, now it's time for you ladies to come clean. Is there one specific one that really touched your heart more than the others, or are all of them about the same?
I can't say that it was one special one because all of them touched our hearts. We sat down and talked with everybody, and we didn't realize the spirituality of these families because they don't talk about that in social media. They speak a lot about the negative. But I'm telling you, we sat down, we laughed, we cried, we prayed with them, and it was just so amazing. What touched my heart was the interview we had with Billy Porter's mom, because she was in the nursing home and she was maybe not feeling good that day, but I was drawn toward her. I'm missing my mother. My mother's not here, but she was so loving and took time with us, and it just really, really blessed me.
I'm saddened just by hearing it because I know, somewhat of Billy Porter's story, so I can only imagine, getting an interview from his mom and stuff like that. But I'm glad y'all came up with this concept, to do something like this, because that's really good, because we need to know more about the parents as well as, the kids. We know about the kids, but we need to know where they came from, because, a lot of these kids, some of them just, like they said, they was found on the streets, it became discovered, but at least for the most part, y'all and the people that y'all interviewed, the kids grew up in a house. Grew up with a parent, or if not one parent, single parent, a double parent. It was really good. So I think that's a good thing. But Miss Lucy, I love, I don't care what nobody say, I still love Shaq's story. I love what he said years ago. I will never forget it. And I always use that sometimes when I talk to people, when we talk about half Steph parents or whatever, when he said, Phil is my father because my biological didn't bother. I love that. And I love that he loved Mr. Phil, the army man that made him the man that he is today.
Yes. He has great respect for Phil. And I really do want people to know that story because they only hear bits and pieces of it, but it's so much. And what we found out also was that we had so much in common with these families. We did. And still do.
Absolutely.
That's good.
So how do you beautiful ladies balance your lives when it comes being that supportive mom of these amazing children and, of course, your own identity?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, it takes effort. You know, one of the things that you'll find out in the show is we talk about the evolution of parenting. You know, they're born, this is kind of my mantra. You pray and you protect because they're infants. And then they get a little bit older, you pray and you provide. You got to take care of them, get them school, da, da, da. Get older, you pray and you participate. You're at all these activities. You're the taxi mom. You're all the dad, whoever, whatever. And then, you know, they go off, they get, you know, become professionals and they have their own families, and you just can pray and then just be present, show up. And, you know, one of the things that, you know, the common with all the families is they love their parents being there, or their guardians, whoever raised them. They included them in the experience. And so for me, it was, you know, I had to focus on me because it was easy for me to get lost in all the fame myself, because, you know, the camera's always in your face and, oh, there's Miss Curry and I'm acting a fool sometimes. Sometimes I'm behaving, but, you know, it's like, this isn't about me. And so that was another common thing that we found with parents is just how do you navigate the journey of parenting when your children become famous? And you have to do it. You have to back up, find yourself. We've poured a lot into them over these years. And, you know, it's about us. But the last thing, and I'll let Lucille talk about this too, is we found that most of the parents of these famous individuals were very productive themselves and successful human beings themselves. Like, and they set that example for them. That's what the children looked at and said, oh,
Mhm.
I see my mom and dad doing this. I see my mom and dad not just sitting back on their morals and just, you know, riding this thing out. They're working, they got their own thing, and we're proud of them. And so, you know, those are the common threads that you'll see within the show as well.
Well, I will say this. Now, y'all parenting is totally different now, too, from a lot of the parenting today, especially with these youngsters. So let me tell you, the young rappers today, honey, they are the parents and the kids, because he who got the gold rules, and honey, the mamas acting like the damn kids and
What
stuff
you
like
say?
that. So y'all are totally different from these doggone parents. Y'all parented y'all kids back there. Now the kids, honey, the parents want to be the kids and hang out with the booty shorts and carry on and all that stuff now, just like the kids. But for me, though, I am a pebble compared to y'all kids, honey. But my mama have a tendency. People say, "Oh, you Gary's mama." Mama, no, I'm Gary's mama. Gary's not my Gary is my child. So my mama, I say, look, girl, they don't know you, they know me. So that's why they say you Gary's mama. They know who you are. But she get all upset. I'm like, girl, don't get upset about it. They know me, and now they know who you are and stuff. So, and I know, I'm sure y'all had to do that once upon a time in life.
Yes,
Oh,
we did.
I
Yes, we
know.
did.
Yeah.
I love it.
I experienced that so many times, and I stopped answering because I would hear people whispering going to the grocery store. There go Shaq mama, there go Shaq mama, and I would act like I didn't hear that. I turned my ear off.
Yeah.
But what I learned in all of this Gary and Rock is that I found my place, and I kept telling the other mothers too, y'all not your son's girlfriends.
no.
You are the mothers.
Come on.
And in order to have greater respect for us as mothers, we need to know our place. We can't be all up in their business as much as we want to. We make suggestions and we give our opinion, but we learn how to step out of the way and let them be the men that they need to be. Now, our sons are older now. I don't have anything to say. I don't even make comment anymore because there's so much going on in Shaquille's life. He got children. He got, you know, other people in his life.
Yeah.
So I know when to say something and when not to say something. And in all of this, I remember teaching all of my children, we got to get an education. We got to get an education. I didn't have any. I graduated from high school. But I'm so grateful that Shaquille got that great job. And he told me one day, because I expressed to him I want to go to college. He said, Mommy, if you keep your grades up, I'm going to pay your tuition. And I'm so grateful that he offered that. And I went to college. I got my degrees. I worked hard, and I'm in a better place. And the world now knows Lucille O'Neal, Dr. Lucille O'Neal.
Okay.
I'm an author.
Come
I
on.
wrote a memoir. I'm practicing. I'm giving word in church, so I know.
Yes.
Roll that
I
neck,
got
Miss
this
Lucille.
now.
The world knows who
Roll
I
that
am
neck.
today.
Now, you got your title, honey. Your title ain't Shaquille O'Neal, honey.
Yeah.
It
It's
ain't Shaquille
Lucille.
O'Neal's mama. It's Dr. Lucille O'Neal.
No,
Come
make no
on.
error.
Better get it right. So,
But I talk about my other children too. I let them know that it's not only Shaquille being my child, but I got Latifah, I got Jamal. My youngest daughter passed away, but I still let the world know I had a daughter. And I'm just letting people know that we are individuals. And in order for us to have respect for one another, we need to be individuals.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly. That's how it is. And, like my mom had a little gathering this past weekend because I'm glad she's finally doing something. She got a couple of women, like 12 women. They go to lunch and they do bingo and all that stuff. And my mama gonna tell her, well, Gary gonna buy us some good gifts. I'm like, don't you ever do that. You don't tell black women somebody gonna buy them gifts. Are you crazy? I'm like, girl, I ain't got that kind of damn money. I'm like, girl, no, she didn't.
That's gonna be
Mom,
me.
you don't do
That's
that.
gonna be me.
Yeah.
That's gonna be me. Yes, it is.
Not me though. No.
I'll be like, oh, we did got
I'm
it,
not
y'all.
doing
Come
that.
on, girls. You know.
I didn't believe she did that. So, girl, I gave him some scarves. I'm like, girl, here these scarves.
That's a doggone shame,
You
man.
better count your blessings because for my 50th birthday, I took 12 women to Vegas. And my kids was like, Mom, like, what's happening? I was like, oh, y'all got this.
Oh, see,
We don't want no scars in this family. We don't
y'all
want
got
that.
scars, baby. Huh?
You
I've
gotta
been
come with
good.
some yachts or something like that. We ain't playing over here.
That's what I'm talking
Y'all
about.
bad, but I've been good.
Man,
That's good.
raising
Well, Miss Lucille,
fame.
you've been in the game longer than us.
Yes.
You're a legend. Raising fame, ladies. How can people watch it and tune in and all that good stuff, man? This is your time to tell the whole world.
I want you all to tune into TV One on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock p.m. And our first premiere, we're going to be featuring Danielle Brooks coming up this Sunday, July 7th.
Ooh,
And
damn,
after that,
look.
we'll have 12 episodes. So every Sunday night on TV One, 10 o'clock p.m. Tune in.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's go. We
And if
appreciate you guys.
can't, and I'm just asking, throw a watch party, bring some people over, stay up an extra hour, just even if it's just for the first episode, because that's what we're going to be doing. And we would just love to know that people are just watching because it's never before seen TV. It's going to be an excellent, excellent show.
So listen, are y'all gonna be cute? Y'all gonna be sitting by a pool doing interviews or anything like that? Are y'all gonna be in the studio?
We're going to be home.
Y'all gonna be at home doing the interviews from home?
We put in the work. Yes, we put in the work.
We already done. We done the work. Y'all, today and tomorrow. That's it. Till July 7th. Yeah.
All right, then.
We gonna rest. We gonna rest.
There it is, Raising Fame, July 7th. It launches. It's going down. TV One. Everybody's gonna be tuned in and watching Miss or Dr. Lucille O'Neal, Miss Sonya Curry. We appreciate your time, man. Thank you for joining us and letting us into your world.
Yes.
Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm sorry I was